Do you think it takes a different personality to be a great player versus a great coach versus a great GM versus a great owner? Meaning, one may be a great player, but they may not make a great coach, and they may not make a great GM or a great owner. You know what I'm talking about, where I'm going with this, because Magic was a great player, but he wasn't the best coach. He tried coaching, I think, for like 15 games. It didn't really work out, right? Jordan was a great player, but ownership, maybe it's different. Phil was a great coach, but he wasn't the best player or GM. Is it a different personality for each? And if it is, what would you say it is?
I think you have to have the right temperament for it all. To be a coach, and you've got to be able to tolerate things. You know, a lot of times when you see things happen and you know how you would have done it, you can't tolerate the guys that are not able to do it. So consequently, you know, you're yanking guys out, you're doing certain things that might not be beneficial to you as a coach or to the team down the line, because you're going to be doing it so haphazardly for the most part. Now, as a general manager, I think a guy could come in and you know, assess talent, but it's all the other things that happen around talent, you know, that make you a good front office, somebody who understands the numbers and things of that nature. You know, aside from the talent, you know, in order to be a good team, you've got to have everything else to go along with it.
Got it. So obviously, player, you have to have talent. That's obvious. If you don't have talent, it's a different story.
But most players, if you see, most of the guys who are coaches in this league weren't great players.
Yeah, why is that?
Because they're able to sit there and see what the players are doing and how it's being done, how they're being dissected and whatnot, and without having to go in the game and perform themselves. Now, I think that Doc Rivers, I think he got to be a good coach. I think he's a real good coach. But I think he got his knowledge of the game when he was with Atlanta, and he was out, and they had him to do radio, and he had to talk the game. Because you got to understand that back in the day, we had roommates. And with roommates, you know, you try to pair yourself with another guard or another forward. You talked about the game, you know, you talked about who you were going to play, how you were going to play him, what this was going to be like, you know, what does he like to do, you know, which way does he like to go, how are you going to cut that off? Now, today, you don't have roommates. You got guys by themselves. You're on social media, so forth and so on all day. So you don't have the knowledge of the game the same way that you had it back in the day, because that's what it was all about, the knowledge of the game.
So I guess what you're saying is Kenny Smith is about to be a coach. Right? I mean, Kenny...
Well, he tried to, he was going to try to be a coach. I don't know if he's going to be, but look at Mark Jackson.
Yeah. Mark Jackson was Mark Jackson, I think, career assists. He's got over 10,000 assists career.
Yeah.
Mark Jackson's on a top 10 list on assists. I think he may even be top 5, by the way, is where he's at on what he did. You think Mark's going to coach again? You think he'll go back into coaching or stay where he's at?
I don't know, but I sure hope. I mean, he has a great rapport with players. And I think that in itself is very good, because you have to have players who want to play with you. Even when he left Golden State, I mean, the players still wanted him.
Yeah.
You know, because of his rapport with the players and letting the players know that, you know, I'm for you as much as you're for me. And that's important.
Maybe sometimes I look at some coaches and I wonder if they're more a NBA coach or a college coach. You know, maybe Mark is a college coach because he does well with the younger. Maybe Kerr is more an NBA coach. Sometimes I wonder that. I said, because, you know, Calipari. Think about Calipari. You know, he came up, boom, and the Nets, and then boom, went back NBA, and look what he's doing in college. He's a good coach. He's Coach Cal and I have spoken several times.